Hi, my name is Jenna Dykman. I'm a registered dietitian and I work for Utah State University Extension. And today the focus of our video is asparagus. And joining me is...
Hi, I'm Amberly. I'm a nutrition and dietetics student at Utah State University and I'm excited to be here.
Great, let's get going. Amberly, I have to say that I love asparagus. They're one of my favorite vegetables. How do you feel about asparagus?
I also love asparagus. I think they are so yummy and I love the crunchy texture that it gives you.
Yeah, great texture, great flavor, especially if you roast them. So we know that they are delicious, but what are the health benefits when we eat asparagus?
So while asparagus, they have a lot of great nutrients for us, they're actually a great source of vitamin K. So 1 cup of raw asparagus actually gives us 50% of our daily need of vitamin K. Isn't that pretty cool? Mm-hmm. I think so too. So we consume 2 different types of vitamins on a daily basis. These are going to be our fat-soluble and our water-soluble vitamins. Vitamin K is one of 4 different fat-soluble vitamins. The others are vitamins A, D, and E.
So what are the important functions that vitamin K plays in our body?
Yeah, vitamin K has some really important functions in our bodies. Some of these include blood clotting and also building healthy bone tissue. So here's a little fun fact. If you're a science nerd like us, here's this little fact for you. So our bodies actually will use vitamin K to produce 2 key proteins. These are prothrombin, which helps with blood clotting, and then osteocalcin, which helps with building healthy bone tissue. But just remember that it's good for blood clotting and bone health.
Yes. And while asparagus are a great source of vitamin K, there are a lot of other vegetables that you can eat that are a great source of vitamin K. Things like spinach, kale, broccoli, and other leafy greens are a great source of vitamin K. So Amberly, if we're trying to buy asparagus at the store, what should we look for so we buy a good bunch of asparagus?
That's a great question. So what you're going to want to look for is these firm, stiff stalks. So these ones are looking really good. They're a little bit bendy, but you can tell they're firm and they're straight.
Yeah.
Also, this tip here, you can kind of see how there's leaves here at the top. You want those to be as close to the stalk as possible. So we don't really want ones that have these kind of flared out. That's a sign that it's a little bit older. And then also we're looking for more of this vibrant, bright green color. Oftentimes asparagus will go more purple, and that's also a sign that it's getting a little bit older.
Great. And then how do we prep them? If we're gonna roast them or grill them, how do we get these asparagus ready to go?
Awesome question. So something that's real easy is we can just pop these ends off. So we have kind of what we want to eat is this more tender, crunchy, yummy end, and this end gets tough and it's hard to chew. So what we want to do is just pop that right off and it looks like it's ready to go.
Great, awesome. Another thing too with asparagus, this bunch that we have here is pretty uniform in size, but for example, some asparagus can be pretty wide, like this one, even wider. I've seen some asparagus, I don't know about you, Amberly, but and then this one is pretty thin. So when you're cooking asparagus, if the recipe says a specific cook time, you'll just have to be aware if you have thinner ones like this one, the cook time is going to be less. If they're thicker like this one or even thicker, you'll want to cook them maybe for a little bit longer. So asparagus cook pretty quick, and so you'll want to keep an eye on those asparagus as you're cooking them. Eating asparagus raw isn't the best option. So if you're making a salad and you want to include nice fresh asparagus in your salad, a great way to prep asparagus is to blanch them and then let them cool and then throw them in your salad. And so they'll be still nice and crisp, but a lot tastier than just eating them raw like this. So first thing you'll want to do is just chop these asparagus. And how big you leave them depends on what you're using them for. I'm gonna chop them into about 1 inch or so pieces, just nice bite-sized pieces that will go nice in a salad. Now that we've got the asparagus cut up, we want to put the raw asparagus into some boiling water. I'm not blanching that much asparagus right now, so I don't have too much water. So we'll just dump all the asparagus into the pot. And we're gonna let them sit in that boiling water for about 2 to 4 minutes. It just varies depending on the thickness of the asparagus spears. These ones are a little bit thinner, so I'm gonna let them blanch for about 2 minutes. And what you wanna look for is the water to start boiling again. If you put too many asparagus into the water at one time, it's gonna take a while for the water to come back to a boil. So if you're blanching a whole bunch of asparagus, you'll want to do this in batches. The asparagus are looking really good. What you wanna look for are nice green asparagus. So they've changed from that dull green to a nice bright green, as you can see here. And once you use a slotted spoon or something to grab them out of the boiling water, you just want to put the asparagus into cold water. You don't need to leave them in the cold water for very long, just long enough to stop that cooking process. Now that the blanched asparagus have been sitting in the cold water for about 30 seconds, we can scoop them out of there. Shake off some of that water. You can put them in a bowl or even on a paper towel to let them drain. And then we'll grab one of these. And so they are still pretty crisp. They snap when you try to break them, but they are a little softer, and so they'll be really nice in a nice fresh salad. Amberly, do you want to taste one and see what you think?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Okay.
What do you think?
I think that would be really yummy on a salad.
Yeah, still a nice cooked flavor, but has that nice crunch and would go perfect in a summer salad or a spring salad.